Episode 356. We're moving faster towards the big finale than I thought we would be. We just kind of entered the area last episode and we're already all the way over here in the Alamegan Quarter, or the residential, oh wait, it is called that, yeah. Even rescued Crawl in the last episode, which I thought would have happened later. I guess there's still a lot of things we have to do around the map before we're ready to finish the game, or finish the expansion. Including these two Aether current quests. This first though. Saved once more by Uriander's ingenuity. Oh wait, already read that. Lys has gone to deliver Fordola into the custody of the Alliance, leaving Minago and her men to hold the residential district. Stand ready. Once the Alliance has breached the main gates and commenced their assault. Oh no. Okay, I was worried about this. I'm getting the same technical difficulties as before. The screen is kind of just giving out randomly. Well, it's back now, but I'll really have to find a permanent solution to this. Where was I? Reach the main gates and commence their assault. The resistance forces will push through the entrance here and join the fray. In that case, I will remain here. My search for Kral took me into the city proper, and my familiarity with their defenses may prove useful to the resistance. Understood. I shall instruct Arnvald and his unit to render support as well. They were tasked with securing the Aetherite, as I recall. It's me, Komoy. Right, the Aetherite. Brave though they may be, these freedom fighters will need every advantage if they are to defeat their oppressors. I will do what I can to tip the odds in their favor. Well, at least the main quest is leading me in the direction of this Aetherite Eye. I forgot to get this one over here, but there is one here, right? Yeah, okay. I just kind of ignored it. I'm so used to seeing them on my main character and not really doing anything with them, because I already got them. Looks like it wasn't my day to die. I owe you one, Mefred. I don't know who Tilda is. Just some rando. I do wonder just what will become of us. We have been under Imperial rule for over 2 decades. What are we supposed to do now? And the TV's giving out again. Damn, this connection. I'm not sure I can rely on this if it's happening like once every 2 minutes. I already started the episode though. Don't want to go back now. Can you believe it? Not only did we secure the residential district, but we captured Fordola. Wait till the Flame General hears about this. It's too late at night for me to actually go back and redo this episode from the beginning, even though it's only been like 5 minutes. And I don't think I can abandon main quests and like restart it. I can't, right? Yeah, there's no abandon here, not like the other quests. So unless I like pause the episode and fix the connection, then I'm just gonna have to deal with this. Which I mean, I guess I could pause the episode, but I really don't want to. Is this where we came in from? I think it was, yeah. Oh, but you can't actually... Oh, I see. If you want to go back and forth between that little area on the inside, I guess you have to talk to these guys. You seek access to the waterways? As you like. I can open up the gate. No. This was always a cool section of the map, because it's like... It's still the playable open world area. Not like a city, but it is a city. It's cool. There are no enemies wandering around, so it's just like empty space most of the time, but I guess it's still part of the overworld, so it's just like this weird in-between sort of thing, I guess. Although I guess it's true that there are like in other open world sections, like just over here. Even this is just like an area without enemies around. This is just like bigger than that, because of how big Alamigo is. We're kinda sore today, more so than usual. I'm sure I can make it through the episode, though. I don't think there's anyone I need to talk to here. Unless you're the who are you, what do you do here NPC. Alright, you're not from around here. Can't imagine what call you'd have to chat with me. But by all means, if you got something to ask away. Yeah, it's definitely her. What do you do here? Putter about and try to keep my head down like all the other paradrines. That's what some of the Guardians call us on. Means foreigner or some such. Can you believe it? I'm a foreigner in my own bloody homeland. Well, they'll get what's coming to them soon enough. You can't keep kicking a woman while she's down and expect her to just take it. Mark me, a storm of blood approaches. Yeah, it's been approaching, we know. And what is this place? This here's the Alamican Quarter, the residential district of the newest bit of the capital. Now don't misunderstand, new doesn't mean good or anything like that. The closer you live to the royal palace, the more favored you are. Sweet poor bastards who the Guardians forced to live all the way out here are the lowest of the low, not more than chattel in their eyes. Aye, we are only fit for manual labor in the eyes of the Imperials. Poor as dirt and expendable. Who's to mourn if we get crippled, or die doing dangerous work, eh? But we won't be broken so easily, oh no. We're far stronger and more stubborn than they realize. And when the time comes, there'll be a reckoning. Yeah, a storm of blood, we know. Okay. Carl? I didn't know what had become of Arnvald and the others after I was taken. It's such a relief to see them hale and healthy. This aetheryte is perhaps the most strategically important landmark here, as it can serve as a gateway for unattuned or foretuned troops with sufficient anima. Such tactics are not without their risks, however. Right, anima, there he goes mentioning it again. Were the Imperials to discover that the aetheryte was being used in such a fashion, they might turn their artillery upon us, destroying the beacon and the better part of the district, at the cost of countless civilian lives. Well, thanks for reminding me again, because I completely forgot. No, wait. Oh, I did attune to it. I forgot that I remembered. Oops. Corral is safe and the Alamican Quarter secure. We could not have hoped for a better outcome. It is far, far too early to celebrate. Xenos is not finished with us yet. Gods, Corral, it's so good to see you. I feared the worst. It wasn't your fault. You saved me, all of you. Thank you. We'll be departing shortly for Porta Praetoria to rejoin the main host. Arnvald, I would have your unit remain here with Sancred, that you might support the resistance troops in the coming battle. Understood. We won't let you down. I trust you will refrain from doing anything I would not. We are both far too young to die. Right. No noble sacrifices. Got it. Gomoy, Kryl, let us be off then. Oh yeah, I guess our little infiltration mission is done, so let's go back to this. Thank the 12, she's alright. I don't know what I would have done. And that's the same, okay. Well, we could have teleported back if I remembered, but I didn't, so I guess the fastest way back would be... I guess to fly in from here would be fastest. Should only take a minute. Oh wait. Am I forgetting something else here? Hang on. Okay, I did get 2 there from the overworlds though. That means I didn't forget the one that was right in front of me from the beginning of the episode, right down that main pathway. I do remember getting it now. Any second now. All because I didn't attune to the aetheryte. I guess if we're going back now, I suppose we can say that on our way back to speak to Rabban after completing our mission, we get waylaid by the guys that want us to do their Aether Current side quests, I guess. Because if we continue as a main quest right now, that just launch us towards the next thing. What I would have liked to do was like get the green check mark, like get that quest completed, the one that we're currently on completed, and then move on to do the blue quests, just so that we're not like stopping in the middle of a quest. But it feels like this is like a proper time to do it before we report to the general, even if the quest isn't complete or whatever. I guess, right, the Aetheryte first, of course. Here goes the TV again. Am I tuning to the Aetheryte right now? I am, okay. I did that while the TV was black. I mean, it wasn't too hard, I just had to walk up to it and auto-target and press X twice, but I'm glad it worked out while the TV was blacked out. Having said that, it's happened like 3 times in 10 minutes, that's more often than it has been. Gotta fix my setup. Right, so... Oh wait, both of the blue quests are down here. Adventurer, I need your aid in saving the souls of the dead. Pray excuse me, that sounded more dramatic than I intended. My name is Betha, by the way. You have probably heard how the Empire took great pains to quash the religions of this land, for fear of the appearance of primals. But the Imperials even went so far as to forbid the harmless ceremonies folk performed to honor their fallen. As a result, the locks are now haunted by a host of relentless shades, who were denied their last rites. And sadly, brute force is the only way to banish them. I spend such spare time as I have, sending these spirits on to the next world. There is only so much one woman can do, and any aid you could offer would be greatly appreciated. You'll find many an unquiet... Great. I think I'm gonna have to pause the episode here, actually. The problem is I don't know how to actually fix this, but I guess I can at least try to make it less frequent or something. I don't know. Anyway, you will find many an unquiet spectre roaming the tombs to the northeast. Pray send them on to their final rest. Yeah, I'll do that. But give me a second first. Nope, not that. There. Now just hang out here while I pause the episode and fix this damn TV. And back in, I think. Fiddled things around a little bit, just in the same way that I have before, so I'm pretty sure it won't be a permanent fix. But usually it will last long enough that I can get through a few hours of gaming or something. Gonna have to work on that permanent fix though. Anyway. Oh, we gotta go all the way out there, huh? Well, first of all, there is one here. It's probably on the main critical path somewhere around here. Directly east, more or less. Yeah, probably like around this town that we... Okay, there it was. Guess we didn't look to the left while we were doing this. Actually, we probably wouldn't have seen it during the solo duty. No. Ignore me. And I guess we'll get the experience on our summoner. And the experience for getting these parts of the map. Again, just trying to maximize the amount of raw experience I get since it scales to your level, I guess. Mainly the experience for like completing the map, I suppose. It does add up, and we probably even would level up to level 84 by doing this. I think this area of the map actually won't be explored by the main quest. Maybe. This might be why they use the Aether Current quest to send you here. And that's a ledge. Yeah, I feel like all the main story stuff is gonna happen around and towards the city. But maybe I'm forgetting. I certainly don't remember anything happening in here, at least not main quest-wise. Oh wait, that's... we can't get over there. We have to go around the long way. The long way? Not there either. Hey wait, how do we get in there? Oh no. No wait, that's a drop. Can't go down there. Oh, we have to go the long way around. Okay. I'm pretty sure we can't jump our way across there. But we can try. Can we like Skyrim around here? Pretty sure we can't. Oh, wait. No, I guess we can. Well, never mind. But that means we're ignoring this area. But I think we're fine. Alright, I'm still this. Die. Four of those guys, huh? Not too tall of an order, I guess. I'm sure the thunder will get them. Oh, let's ignore that one. Oh wait, Flare's gonna hit in AoE. Don't want to do that. Ah. No wait, oh no. Okay. I was worried about that guy for a sec. Wait. Still alive? Did it? It regained its HP. I guess we de-aggroed it and then our Chocobo re-aggroed it. Oops. Luckily they are marked on the map. Although... am I going the right way? I guess this is the only way. No wait. It's like below us after all. How do we... no, above? Wait. You can only get there by flying. I thought I saw something marked on the map over here, and there is something there, yeah. In the mini-map. Well, there's one over here. And done. Now we could just teleport back, but guess we'll go back the walking way. While also doing a little bit of exploring. There's some lore to this place, like the lore that we already got, but also more lore, I think. I think the main story talks about this place a little bit. Or does it? Well, I think at some point I remember people talking about this place. Not much to see in this room. And then over here, for some reason I remember this place. I don't remember why. Just this open plain, like behind the cemetery or the ruins or whatever. the funeral, not funeral, what was this place? I'm forgetting already. This is the royal hunting ground over here. This was... I guess that's a tomb. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. I want to see the tomb of King Manifest. Or King Manfred. It's just like a little dead end in the map, but it seems so enticing. And it has a name. And here I was saying not much to see in this room. Well, I guess that's true. The only thing to see is a different entrance or different exit to a more interesting room. Although, not very interesting. I mean, it's got this one statue of Rolger. But that's it. Must be used for some kind of side quest or something. I don't remember anything going down there though. That's it. And I guess the last thing is just a drop over here. And we can teleport back after we unlock that part of the map, I guess. Get the experience from this. Why do I remember this place? Is it main story or even like the patch quests for 3.0 or 4.1 to 4.5? Might just be nothing. Maybe I just remember it because it looks the way that it looks, and somehow that stuck with me. And maybe nothing actually goes down there. Quest, main quest, or side quest, or otherwise. Okay, let's teleport back after this. Nothing else to see. Except for this Prime Vista. Hey, wait a second. I might need like a thumbnail here. That's pretty good. Stop that. I get those effects off my screen. I'm sure there's something usable here. It's all pretty good. Okay, I am dying though. And if I jump down, I'm just gonna like die to this guy's attacks. I would go down to 1 HP from the fall damage, then instantly die from an auto attack. We know better. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need to use that as a thumbnail because this episode might just be doing these things. We're already almost like halfway through already. Just doing this one thing. And also fiddling with the TV. You're not going to be a quest chain, are you? Your efforts will be felt, adventurer. When this land was yet under attack, or under the yoke of the Empire, my own father lost his life in the fight for freedom. But although our conquerors permitted me to build him a gravestone, they would not allow me to perform his final rites, as the teachings of the Fist of Valgar demanded. It was later that I heard how a ghastly apparition was seen floating near his grave. I should have performed the ceremony, and the Empire's laws be damned. I should have had more courage, but I was so afraid to die. Ashamed at the cowardice I showed then, I began seeking out other shades and specters to put to rest. It is a seemingly unending path, and I thank you for walking even a few steps of the way alongside me. I mean, yeah, it is never ending. They just infinitely respawn. It's a video game. You don't need to know that though. Captain Moriko, you are well known for your deeds as a soldier. Well, thanks for recognizing our rank. We are captain. On this day, however, I would call upon your broad experiences as an adventurer. As for the situation at hand, it would seem that part of our patrol route has been claimed as territory by a fearsome zoo nestling, and we cannot simply choose to circumvent the area, lest we risk providing an unobserved entry point for Imperial scouts. My men and I will gladly go toe-to-toe with any military opportunity or opponent. But nothing in our training has prepared us to combat a foe which can soar through the ravines and swoop down upon us with impunity. My comrade here almost lost an arm to such an attack, and I fear it is only a matter of time ere the creature makes a kill, unless you kill it first. The nestling surveys its domain from a narrow pillar of the rock to the northeast. Pray find this predator and end the threat to our patrols. Okay, fighting a bird this time seems less serious than the ghosts, I guess. Well, I guess this one's actually interfering with like the resistance work or something. And again, I could have like taken both quests and then doubled up and not have to walk all the way back there like we're doing now. I just don't like stacking quests like that when I'm, I don't know, just trying to digest the game. We're not trying to speedrun here. This is my second playthrough where we're just here for the vibes and stuff. Speaking of, I guess we can just go a different way than what we did last time and absorb these vibes, I guess. By the way, I didn't bother checking, but I guess it's like way over here actually. Again, the main quest is probably going to take us there. Alright, a different exit to the ruins. Oh, we gotta go up there. I guess they used to have this bridge. Wow, this is really steep. For a Lalafell. Yeah, they used to have this bridge over the lake, but we can just like walk over the lake. Seems kinda decadent. And we're not gonna bother with that because, if I ever do decide to collect them all, then I'll probably just like make it its own few episodes or something. And the only ones we bother collecting before we do that, if we do that, are going to be all of the platforming challenges, I guess. Okay, neat view. I guess you hear the entire game all about like Alamigo and stuff, ever since A Realm Reborn, or even before that if you played 1.0. And when you finally get there, it's like, it really is quite magnificent. Although when I was loading in the game... Oh wait, we're going this way. When I was loading into the game to begin this episode, when you like resume your character in a certain area, they show the concept art as the loading screen for that area. And the concept art for this area is way different from what we see here. Like the city of Alamigo is so... It's much more fantasy, I guess, than what it is right now, I suppose. At least, that was the impression that I got. Guess I gotta go the long way around to get up there, damn it. I can't believe this. Is there even a way up from here? There's gotta be, right? Hopefully? That just looks like a dead end over there. Unless it's like a drop. No, that is a drop. Oh wait, but to get to that drop I have to be on top here. What was this design? Hang on, we can get up this way. The problems of using a 2D map on a 3D plane, or 3D space. Yeah, this is it. Even higher than? Okay. Right, I guess it is a bird's nest. At the very top. Face me? Oh, bigger than I thought. I guess we did know what a zoo is, we fought them before. And we're done. What is that huge pyre? Is that like part of the, this thing? The tomb? I can only assume. Unless it's just like a cool way to light up the area. Who's keeping it burning, though? Is it the Resistance? I guess it has to be us. It's not like the Imperials are doing it. Okay. Munfred. Munifred. What a name. Then nothing is saying then. I knew I had chosen the right woman for the job. I am grateful you came along before any lives were lost to that monstrous bird. You have our thanks. And this character too is not a quest chain, which means we are moving on to the main quest now. Okay. No wait. Get rid of those small things. There we go. I was prepared to do this entire episode just for like side quest chains related to the Aethergurn quests. But I guess it's good that we're continuing this momentum.
Ah, the heroes of the hour. Not content with securing the residential district, you gifted me an Imperial Commander. What are you after, a medal?
The work is its own reward, General. I must say, however, that Fordola's claims were not a little disturbing. What manner of power could Xenos have acquired that might equal an icon?
Hold on, bag up Alphinode. I want that medal.
Might she speak of our missing Omega?
Very possibly. The Empire's fondness for comparable Allagan technologies is exceedingly well documented. Have we made any progress with our own investigation?
None. The search goes on in earnest, but Sid has thus far found nothing of note. Mayhap the Garleans beat us to it. If they were working desperately to repair the machine, that might explain their decision to remain within their walls.
Ah, Lys. I trust you surrendered Fordola into custody without incident. We were just discussing the pilot's claims.
About Xenos and his newfound powers. She hasn't said a word on the subject since we rescued Cryle, even when the interrogator asked nicely.
Mayhap I can offer some insight into her claims, or at least into the facility and the experiments they conducted during my time there. Though my memories of the period are somewhat muddled, there are a few things I remember with painful clarity.
Thancred told us only that Fordola had undergone some manner of treatment.
Yes. It is a place wholly dedicated to the creation of enhanced beings, whom they refer to as the Resonant. As I understand it, the process aims to imbue a test subject with the qualities of an individual with demonstrated magical aptitude. This entails the mechanical extraction and transfusion of some manner of primordial essence.
Did I skip a line? I think we're good. I kind of pressed X there too fast. Sometimes I just listen and then press X on the controller when I think they're done.
So that's how Fordola improved so fast. I knew there had to be something. She wasn't half as strong or quick to predict my attacks when we first met. If it weren't for Oriange's siphon thingy, I really don't think we'd have beaten her.
Yeah, about that thing.
My humble scheme asked far more in the execution than it required in the conception, I do assure thee.
Oh, you've got to stop doing that.
In calling upon Lady Alisaie after her defeat, I was most intrigued to learn of the apparent effortlessness with which Fordola countered her attacks. 'Twas as if she knew the blade's destination ere its journey began. A most impressive feat under any circumstances, but an almost miraculous one when considered in the context of Fordola's unfamiliarity with my lady's arts. How then could she so perfectly predict an unknown opponent's every move? After much deliberation, I surmised that Fordola may be possessed of a preternatural ability to divine meaning from the fluctuations of an individual's ether and to instinctively react. To employ a metaphor, one might say that she was attuned to the whispers of my Lady Alize's soul.
Okay, the way that I remembered this, I thought it was some kind of prognostication, like she was seeing the future, but no, it's like reading their soul. That makes more sense.
Wait, have you not just described a manifestation of the Echo?
I had no conclusive proof. The available anecdotal evidence suggested only that Fordola was uncommonly sensitive to etheric fluctuations, and 'twas this which led me to develop my stratagem. I would fashion a device with the capacity to generate a massive disruption in the surrounding ether. If, as I suspected, Fordola's senses were indeed questing for the most minor of oscillations, the shock of exposure to a more amplitudinous etheric waveform would be akin to a debilitating bout of ether sickness.
Okay, why didn't we get to like know that before that happened? I mean, other than for story reasons, it seemed like there was some reason we couldn't know.
How ingenious. I note that the success of your plan hinged on your device's wielder remaining ignorant of its purpose, lest Fordola divine your intent.
Yeah, that. Is that why?
Indeed so, Master Alphino. All things considered, 'twas a most fortuitous outcome.
It's not like we were going to tell her how it worked, but I guess I'm missing the point here.
That's putting it mildly. In any event, if Urianger is correct, that would mean these Resonant have been granted the power of the Echo via artificial means. A sobering thought, to say the least, and one which makes me wonder what else Xenos has in store.
Whatever the Viceroy's newfound powers, I know of none better equipped to face him. And face him you must, for there is now but one path forward, and it leads straight to Alamigo.
And it's not as if we came unprepared. We've got all our friends and allies fighting for the same thing. Honestly, right now, I feel like we could take on anyone and win. And I mean anyone.
Victory is as good as ours. Nevertheless, let us proceed with all due caution, or silence. I feel like this is too cheery for Komoy. This is too cautious for Komoy. Maybe just smoldering silence. I guess Komoy does that sometimes. Doubt. Or not.
Enough talking. All right, I get the message. Action is what's needed now. Right, I best get back to the residential district. Thancred and the Resistance forces are waiting.
It is time we join the main host. Kryl, in light of your recent ordeal, might I suggest that you remain with the rearguard for now?
Oh, if you insist. Just this once.
Just this once, huh? Okay, Kral. Just this once. Just this once in the back lines. As I said, there's but one path forward. We take Alamigo and with it, Xenos' head. I can't wait to see Marshal Saffirson in action. His maelstrike is the stuff of legends. Yeah, old Mistbeard. I must admit, my lamenting counterpart's enthusiasm is infectious. I find that I too am eager to see this so-called maelstrike firsthand. Great, now you're hyping it up for me. Did we see it when we did the dungeon, the maelstrike? We maybe did. Maybe it was underwhelming. Or maybe it was great and I just forgot. I really proceed with the utmost caution, Komoy. If there be truth in Fordola's words, and the Viceroy is indeed possessed of a power echoing that of icons, then still greater strength shall be required to bring about his defeat. And our note. If I may, General, is there aught Komoy and I can do to assist with the final preparations? I'm glad you asked. Pippin informed me moments ago that all forces are in position, and that we are ready to commence the assault. We really are moving fast. We're like onto this part right now. I guess that thumbnail that or the image that I got for the thumbnail is going to be appropriate. Now it remains but to notify the Alliance commanders. If you have no objections, I should be glad to have you do the honors, Gomor. You were instrumental to the success of Operation Orcon. You helped bring an end to the Dragonsong War. You are a hero to the people, and a symbol of hope. Some might judge it an empty gesture, or worse, a waste of your talents. Yeah, that's what we think, but we won't say that. But I know it would mean much to everyone here. It is one thing to hear the tales, another to look upon the woman herself. Now is the time to remind our comrades that they are not alone. Okay. That's it. The General makes a good point. The Warrior of Light's worth may be measured not only by what she does, but by what she inspires others to do. So you're saying we can take credit for what other people do, just because of our title? Okay, we can get behind that. And that's the same. Alright, who wants to shake hands with the Warrior of Light? Well, we won't do it. We're not going to be touched. But, you can look at us. Oh, it's up there. Oh, Aymeric. Well, maybe we can shake hands with you. Xenos has never cared a whit for politics. He lives for war and war alone. Kill him or he will kill you. Good to know. We'll kill him. Ah, that you should be the one to bring me word. By the Fury, it is good to see you, my friend. You who stood with us in our direst hour will ever be an inspiration to my countrymen and to me. The Wishguard's debt can never be repaid. It is my hope that our deeds this day shall go some small way to redressing the balance. Several times you defended our gates. Let us return by demolishing theirs, or let us return the favor. That's a pretty good line. Defending our gates, now demolish theirs. The Elder Seed Seer saw fit to grant me mercy at Carteneau. Perhaps, if the opportunity allows, we may offer the same to my former comrades. But if not, then so be it. Wait, this guy's Guardian? I didn't remember that. That is what he's saying, right? Yeah, I guess so. Didn't know he had that backstory. It's just like some kind of random guy. He's no Lucia, and he's no Mistbeard. I guess he has a backstory though. All is ready. Very well. Though many will fall in the coming battle, how many more shall know liberty for their sacrifice? There is a time for peace, and a time for war. Even the matron understands this. We who have received of hers and the elemental's blessings, go now to stand for Eorzea and her children. Matron, forgive us for what we must do. 'Tis rare these days that I am granted leave to take the field. Mayhap I should have brought my mask. That would have been fun. It's time then. Now this is not my theater of choice. We'll play our part. Yeah, I guess she wants to be on the ocean. Our cannons care not either way. That battery has sunk enough ships to fill a fleet. It does not like to be bested by a gate. They are fine gates, no doubt, and they will make fine slag. Fun. This is why we read the flavor dialogue. Sometimes they have neat one-liners, or two-liners or something. Alright, they love us. It is done then. Thank you, Gomor, for humoring an old bull. I guess they do that to give you like a chance to reacquaint yourself with the guys from A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. Maelstrom, Adder, and Ishgardian forces are in position, General. Resistance forces in the Alamean Quarter are ready and await our signal. Naught left to do but the deed itself. Well, I guess it's gonna be raining for this. That's fine. No, wait, hang on. Hold on a minute. We do actually have more blue quests. Okay. He said not left to do, but there is left to do. Or there is more left to do. Dorothy. Probably not pronounced Dorothy, or is it? Because I can't imagine pronouncing it Doros, but... I mean, it's a fantasy game. I guess it could be... called Doros. Doris. Doris? Captain Moiko, I presume. I've spoken with members of the Scions, and if I may be so bold as to ask, is it true that you learned some Far Eastern technique from moving underwater as freely as a fish? Yeah, we learned how to cheat water. Then it was not an exaggeration. Incredible. Would you be willing to put that ability to use for us? If so, I have an agent stationed underneath those towering steps by the lock, who would dearly love to speak with you. The agent I mentioned can be found underneath those grand steps the locals call the Divine Audience. I have that structure built over the waters of Loch Seld. Okay. I spent about a minute or two climbing those. I guess I didn't have to. The main quest is pointing us over there. Well, under them, I guess. Still gonna be a bit of a walk. And again, I could take on this blue quest, and if they lead us in the same direction, we could, like, efficiently knock out both of these at the same time. But it doesn't matter. We're just doing quests one at a time. Really digest the story in order without everything interrupting, overlapping each other. We will cut across the lake though, to try to save time. Normally I like staying on the pass if that's like on land or something. Oh, oops. Just feels more RP or something to stay on land. Or on the pass. Ah, Captain Moiko. Lieutenant Dorothy said you might be on your way. Ready to get your boots wet, are you? Okay, I guess we did just do that. I should probably begin from the beginning. One of the soldiers we captured during the battle at Castro Movania was concealing a map on his person. The map was marked with a curious symbol, but no matter how hard we cajoled or threatened, the prisoner would not tell us the symbol's significance. This naturally piqued the curiosity of our commanders, and they immediately ordered a search of the marked area. Now the problem is that the area mostly covers the water, and we found nothing of interest up above. Meaning the secret, whatever it is, must be down there. We were eager indeed to enlist someone with your apparent talent for underwater exploration. And I guess Tancred was busy. I circled the spot on your map that we'd like you to investigate. If it turns out to be something you can bring back, pray do so. Be careful down there. Don't worry. Enemies can't spawn underwater. I haven't programmed that into the game. What does this quest do? Might just be diving down here, then going back up, and then we're done, but it feels like this quest is meant to be tying into, I don't know, exploring this place? Did we explore this at any point for this side quest? I don't remember. I mean, other than what we're doing right now. If there's like a quest chain or something that has us go all over this underground area. I'm pretty sure that over there, that tunnel over there, that's more important than like side quest stuff. Got turned around. Looking at the minimap to figure out which quest I have to go to, but the main quest and the side quest just kind of look similar. Anything of interest? Imperial Material Crate. This looks like an Imperial Material Crate. I doubt anyone would bother sinking ordinary supplies, so I say we take a look inside. Nods press. This thing is filled to the brim with gems and jewelry. From what I can tell, these all seem to be of Garabonian design. In fact, I'd say this collection is of damn near royal quality. The bottom of a lock is not where I choose to keep such valuables, so it's safe to assume they were acquired in a less than honest fashion. Our prisoner likely hoped to hide them down there until his stint in the army was over. Stint in the army was over. Rebuilding a country is an expensive job, eh? Al Amigo's royal family is no more, but we should return these to our citizens nonetheless. But there's like a finder's fee, right? We maybe get 1 ruby? Thank you for braving those waters, Captain Moriko. Pray report to Lieutenant Dorothy, and I'll see that this crate is transported safely back to the headquarters. Okay. I'll start hauling the crate back to the headquarters, but I'd appreciate it if you could have the lieutenant send a few large lads to help. Okay, that was worth it. Oh wait, just teleport. And we take on the next one, and hopefully we get it done before the episode is over. Would be really neat if we could fit all of the Aether Current side quests in one episode. Welcome back, Captain Moriko. Was there aught to be found? A big box. A fortune in stolen jewelry, was it? That explains the prisoner's unwillingness to share. As my agent explained, we'll see to it that those valuables are returned to Al Amigo's coffers. Thank you, Captain Moriko. This will go a long way to helping the nation recover from the ravages of war. And no more question, just a one-off. Back down then. This is probably going to be 4 for 4, right? No actual side quest chain for this one. No, I walked past it, didn't I? Or no, wait. There you are. You're Komori, aren't you? The famous soldier and adventurer and captain, don't forget. It might be that I'm asking above my station, but I could use your help with a bit of a problem. I've been tasked with rounding up a couple of nasty wavekin, and I have to admit to the fact that they're too much for me to handle. For a hero like you, however, I suspect they'd be not more than a spot of light exercise before dinner. Have you seen those monstrous yabbies crawling about south of the White Owls? I have some large hemp sacks you can use to drag them back here. Just be sure to tie them around, or tie them out. No, to tire them out a bit beforehand. If any fight left in them, and they'll rip right through the sack with those spiky tails of theirs. As I said, make certain to knock the fight out of those yabbies before you shove them in the sacks. And watch out for those tails. Right. Feeling quite a bit off today. Partly my sore throat and I guess other things in general. But we'll be fine for this episode. Okay, there we go. Yeah, B. Why isn't this... Oh, right, okay. I was waiting for the auto attack to start going, but right. We have to manually dismount. Usually that works. That button works when I just am riding into, like, towards an aetherite, and we press X on it to target it, and then X again to attune to it or use a menu or something, and that would throw us right off the chocobo. But for whatever reason, pressing X on these guys doesn't do anything when you're on the chocobo. Does something now, though, when we're off. Ley lines. Watch the tail. Ah, right. There we go. Way off today. Oh wait, damn it, it's not a slay quest, we gotta capture them. Completely forgot. That's an interesting, yeah, that's a hunt mark, I guess. Okay, where are more of these guys? They're not necessarily gonna be inside the red zone, but I was looking at these little pillars on the minimap, I thought those were indicating where there were more enemies. Ah, there we go. Just gotta keep wondering. No, wait, damn it, I completely forgot again. Way off today, way off. This time I'll remember. I should have known when I started this episode and completely forgot about attuning to data rights, and then forgot that I remembered. Should have known at that point that it was going to be me falling apart this episode. It's not like it's that bad, but it's just a weird feeling being this off. Okay, wait a second. Even as I'm talking about it, my brain goes to autopilot when I'm fighting these guys. You know what the problem is? I'm focusing on the rotation. The rotation makes me just focus on like the proper usage of my MP, because I always keep an eye on that stuff. And most of the time, like during combat like that, my eyes are glued on the bottom of the screen rather than the actual things on screen, which is a real problem if you're trying to survive mechanics or something, but still. Okay, this time for real, I won't actually mess up, I swear. I'll just give it like 3 fireballs and then see if that works. Actually, 1 more fireball would kill it. Actually not quite going down with... no wait, it would be. Okay. Felt like those other attacks did more than the first one. Okay. Well, almost as if I planned it, all of those mistakes that I made did actually pad out the mission enough that we're about ready to end on time, I guess. With the end of this quest. Didn't really have any exciting thumbnail-worthy moments during this episode. So I guess I'm glad that I actually paused to look at Garabania, or to look at Alamigo, to get something that's useful as a thumbnail. Were you able to capture those yabbies for me? Yeah, and it was more work than it had to be. But we won't tell them that. We won't tell them about those mistakes we made. Oh ho, these are some lively nippers. I'd best get them in a pen before they tear their way through, or tear their way free. It's a good thing they're ill-tempered, though. Why is that, you ask? I was wondering. Well, just between you and me, we're planning on using the Yabbies as a secret weapon to disrupt Imperial military camps. I'd love to see the look on a Guardian officer's face, to find one of these beauties running wild in his command tent. Sounds like some kind of prank or something, rather than a war tactic. But I guess they are deadly. Thank you, Komori. I was growing tired of sewing up the holes in those gigantic sacks. Gigantic sacks, yeah. Gigantic sacks that fit inside our inventory, an even bigger, or an even smaller sack that fits even bigger things inside it. To see Alamigo right in front of us like this, aye, it makes the pulse quicken. Okay, and let us quicken ourselves over to the main quest. Just so we can stand right next to the Flame General and end the episode there. Alright, well that was an efficient episode, I guess. We did actually get all 4 Aether Current quests done. No side quest chain related to them, but I guess that's fine. Probably for the big finale area, they just want to get you straight onto the main quest without any going back and forth, I suppose. Although most players, again, probably don't do the quest chains from 8th or current quests. Well, whatever. Now would be a good time to take a break.